to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of December production. Of course, you know this is Folktales for grown folks. We strive to blow up your old paradigms. Alright, text messages went out on time. Let's go and get this music rolling so that we can do what we came to do tonight. We're going to break down these folktales, family. We're going to break down these folktales. We're going to look at them. We'll have a discussion. You might even hit the little article we hit earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm kind of feeling like it right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to let that play a little bit. Give you some time, Brother Shaka here.
Joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands beside your head. Let us pray.
Peace.
God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy, deliver the poor.
Anubis in the house.
What's up?
The wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Rise, O God, judge the earth. Thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kabbalah Franks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey.
They gather. It's the gathering. The gathering of greatness. I see you. The call is out.
What we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adnan Sheikh, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adnan Sheikh, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
This is Marina. This is Gye-Nyame.
Hope y'all ready to discuss. Man, we got a gold mine tonight.
This is Willie. Welcome
We got
to
Brother
Gye-Nyame
Shaka on the
Journey
line
Radio.
already.
Shout out to Silver Kevin.
Hopefully he had time to check out the folktale.
To my mom. I give shout out my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give shout out to the people in my generation that's trying to do something big.
Remember, drink your water.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, hotel.
It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace.
So I'm getting my vocal cords ready.
Vocal cords! Can I get on the show for a minute?
Nope, you about to go to bed.
I just say show my face. Who's laughing?
If you're not adding anything
to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name.
This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. You are now listening.
You heard that?
To Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now
you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame Radio. Peace.
I have had enough. What's up, family? This is Brother Hatem coming at you live and direct. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you live and direct. If not, I greet you from the past, because you are watching this right now in the future. And I don't know where I am right now as you are watching this. But if you're watching it live, we right here right now live. Give yourself a round of applause, family. Oh my God. Shit. We in the place to be. We about to break it down, family. We about to hit these crowds. We about to hit these folk tales. Right? We got one folk tale. It's short. It's concise. It's to the point. And it may change your life. All you got to do is be open to the process. So before we even get into that, let me introduce my fabulous co-host. Soldier at arms. My fault. Warrior at our arms. Nation builder. Give it up for Shaka C. on Hasbury.
Thank you very much.
All right, and shouts out to Sister Heather. I see you out there. Thank you for the she gave you a hand. She giving us the black hand. Hey, so Shaka, what's going on around your parts?
Yes, sir. Brother, I am aggressively recruiting vendors for this Midwest Fermented Food Festival tour. And yes, I said tour. We are going to do this in at least 2 cities over the summer, educating folk about, fermentation of our food and the health benefits. And we're going to be shooting this documentary, God willing, something that we can pitch to Netflix and get a little Netflix original action happening. So I'm really pulling in all the great talents that I know out of my city and really trying to move at once. We got that happening. I'm preparing folks to make a trip with me down into Columbus on May 19th. You know what's happening, but I'm going to let you go ahead and give that piece. And also, we're going to try something a little bit different in Cleveland this year for Juneteenth. We're going to bring some of that nation building spirit into, well, I can't even tell you the venue right now because it's still working out.
Uh-oh.
But
I like how that sounds.
What's that?
I like how that sounds.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing? But go ahead, finish, Shaka.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. A lot of organizing, and keep in mind, I'm not the most organized individual, so I'm definitely gonna need some help with the type of organizing that we're doing this summer. I'm gonna need, everybody to put their energy in where it fit in. So that's really what's happening right now is opening up the conversation and opening up the movement, because once again, there is no movement without movement. And everything righteous happens at God's speed. So everybody that came on the line earlier that I invited over to the Gye-Nyame journey, this is it. And if you're listening in and you don't see the number sitting up there and you want to be a part of the conversation, please do call 614-556-4535. Once again, that number is 614-556-4535.
Brothers,
what's up, Chaka? This is Joey.
Uh-oh. What's up, Joey?
What's going on, Joey?
Shaka.
What's good, man? What's good? What's up? What's up, Buzz?
Well, you tell us what's good. First of all, I want to introduce you to Brother Hatem. You ever talked to Hatem before?
I saw his video one time.
How you doing, sir? Welcome.
How you doing, sir? How you doing, wise man?
I'm doing good. I'm trying. You got an announcement you want to make before we get into these folk tales?
No. Actually, I just want to be part of the nation. Yes, Shaka?
Yeah. Now, this is the first time that Joey has come into the grown folk conversation. Understand he's a protege. Actually, you know what, Joey? Tell him how we met. Tell him how you came into the fold.
How I came to the room for the nation building?
No. How you came into the fold? How do you know me?
Well, first, long time ago, and let's go back. Way back in 2016 in the fall, I met Shaka at the Creative Arts Building when me and my partner Sean was practicing dancing in front of this mirror outside through this window, and we met Shaka from there. Named Shaka right there. He was our mentor for a little while, and from there we had a transfer to work with Mr. Green and everything. Then I got to know Shaka in a personal level after a while, like over I think about a good year, Okay. There's a lot to know about Shaka too, but I did call Shaka, for him mentoring me about the hip hop culture and everything, like a month ago and everything. But I know he's a busy guy and everything, so right now I want to be part of the nation building. So because I know he'd be talking about his June Jews and the nation building and everything, and plus I was there when Shaka first aired his first video on Facebook, so I seen it all.
Well, Joey, I want to welcome you into the family. Thank you for calling in. Anybody else out there that want to call in, hit us up, 614-556-4535. And also, this is the number that is being used for the Mind of Shaka family. Listen, we're spreading it, right? I've been blessed to be able to get some of these things like this conference call, the speaker. So I'm trying to get people to use them. And what Shaka has done, Shaka has taken it and he started running with it. Because I want y'all to think about it. Shaka came here, he got that SCOBY, and he been running ever since. He done made commercials. He done did all types of stuff, and check this out. He ain't even selling it. He just seen the health benefits, and he jumped on it. And family, I'm telling you, we could do the same thing throughout the cities. I keep on talking about developing a staple. Every culture needs a staple. What is the staple of black folks in America? Black folks that's been born here. What are the staples? You know what I'm saying? And it can't be a staple if you're buying it from somebody else. Because the staple, the word staple means to hold in place. What is holding our culture in place? Our whole culture at this point in time is dependent on everybody else but us. So we got to find those things that we can start creating with our hands, with our skills, with our spirits, with our minds, that we can start trading amongst each other. They don't even have to be for money. See, because one of the things that I noticed when I started, the reason I started doing the fermentation, right? I know a lot of y'all like, what this got to do with nation? But the reason I started doing the fermentation, because I started having a lot of my family and friends come down with autoimmune diseases. And when I start looking at what an autoimmune disease was, it's basically that the immune system is turning on itself. And then I start looking at what is the immune system. And I start looking at the immune system. I find out the majority of the immune system is in the digestive tract. And then going even deeper than that, what makes up the digestive tract? The microbiome. And what is the microbiome? It is a collection of different organisms, microorganisms, that need to be fed. And if they are not fed properly, we become sick, which can lead to diabetes.
Now, let me chime in with you. Let me chime in with you because as I got this young candidate on the phone right now, I want you, Joey, I want you to be able to put into context what I've been teaching you all along about your personal foundation, how to fortify your pillars, your pies. Remember that? The physical, intellectual, economic, and spiritual well-being. Well, this one piece right here, that SCOBY that Hot Tim gave me, I used it, and I used everything I knew about my own foundation to be able to help myself increase my physical well-being, to increase my intellectual well-being, to increase my economic and my spiritual well-being. How? Number one, when you put this in your body starts healing from all the toxins you consume, right? And if you get your gut, so physically, that's already in the works. And if you take care of your gut health, then on an intellectual level, Hatim, what does it do? It helps you to heal from even mental ills.
Check this out.
Right?
The gut, the microbiome produces serotonin. It produces 90% of the feel-good hormone. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. Our gut health is important because the microbiome produces 90% of the neurotransmitter called serotonin. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand this? Your insides. Now, let's take this to nation building. When we started brewing with this SCOBY, what we started figuring out was that if a microorganism knows that it needs to seal off its territory and not let anything in so that it can produce for itself, we have to do the same thing. Family, where is our borders? And I keep bringing that up. We got to develop borders with everything we do. And there's certain things that you can do within those borders and certain things you can't. And we got to be very clear about it because my SCOBY is very clear about what could go on up under it. It rises to the top. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What is a SCOBY? Is it another name for June?
No, SCOBY is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. This is the thing that basically is a culture. See, we talking about nation building. Nation building is about developing culture. Now,
of course,
a SCOBY is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It's a culture of different bacteria and yeast that come together and consume sugar and caffeine and transform them into what we call June. All right. Sister Tiandra says, can you please remind me what's required to start a batch? Jar, bucket, honey, green tea, water, and you're gonna need a time.
Sister Tiandra, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because I feel like man, look, it'll be my honor. I'm coming to Columbus this weekend, and I'm gonna bring her own startup kit. How about that?
So Shaka's gonna bring you what you need to start, and did your SCOBY produce yet?
Did my SCOBY produce?
I'm talking about how many SCOBYs you got now? Because you done did about 4 batches.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a baby SCOBY. I got 4 that I'm that's on the line right now, plus the one that you. Yeah, so I got 5 SCOBY.
Now you still leaving?
I got 5 SCOBY.
You still leaving some of the liquid down there so it can eat, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, now check this out,
Shaka. Yeah.
You are a cook. You are a cook. Now check this out. As it get older, you're gonna be able to take that little bit of stuff, some of that salad dressing, dog. I'm just saying. I mean, it's all purpose. It's all purpose. Anubis says, indeed, yet another reason.
I've already been on it, Hatim.
Okay.
I've already been on it. I've been on the vinegar red. I eat, I eat this stuff. I drink it. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna say it out to the room because this is how confident I am. This is not even something that I researched about the June, and I'm just letting y'all know this is an effect that it's having on me right now. And y'all, and
hey man, if you gonna tell me what I'm telling you, tell me. Hold off, you shouldn't tell him right now.
I told Hatem the other day that my hair is growing back in places where it had been depleted. Right? And he was like, nah, no, it didn't. And I'm like, yo. And it makes perfect sense that it's doing that because, you know, I was told a while back that my scalp might have been suffering from some contaminated shea butter. And that's, and to some level, that could have been some kind of metallic or heavy metal that came out of the barrel that the shea butter came out of, and it's something that happens quite frequently. So when the stylist, when she saw it, she does locks and whatnot. When she saw my scalp, she automatically said, "Oh, I think that's what happened to your head." Now here's the piece. So I'm about 3-4 weeks in drinking this stuff on a regular basis, and over the past 72 hours, I started looking at my hair. I started feeling it first, like when I run across the carpet. You feel that static electricity. You know, when you got hair, you feel it in the roots of your hair. Man, all of a sudden I felt this, and I looked in the mirror, and it looked like I had, like, you know, in this short, little like eyelashes all up, and the follicles rejuvenate.
But it's yours.
And it's me, all the way natural, right? And I wasn't even expecting it. Last year I was trying. I was putting bronze amino acid together with aloe vera gel and tried that for a while. It did a little something, but not like this. This right here is just like some Samson stuff. Like I'm really feeling biblical about this stuff. I mean, and, you know, in high temp, I'm what I'm about to say. I'm reaching. But when you look at the SCOBY matter versus the actual June, man, what are we looking at but a 9/11 a bread and a wine?
Dude, listen. I have taken the SCOBY, I have baked it. You know what I'm saying? I make sourdough bread using a piece of the SCOBY and some of the June. You can fry it. You know what I'm saying? It's basically meat. You're right. It's bread. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I mean, because what is bread? Bread is yeast. It's yeast that's eating on the flour. You know what I'm saying? But hey, hold on. Because we get all off into that and we forget to hit this. No. See, but family, all I'm saying is it's very important that we have some stuff that's our own. This is our own. You know what I'm saying? This is a long lost art. This is the food of the gods. This is why I call it that ambrosia, right? Because it's like it's the food of the gods, and I'm just trying to get people up on it because it's cheap to make it yourself. They killing us. Look, they got us going to these stores buying kombucha when we could be making it ourselves. You don't know what they do.
Let's get one thing straight.
And they firm.
That stuff in the stores.
It's garbage.
Is garbage. It doesn't do what this stuff does. I'm telling you. Hey, and Hatem, I left you a message earlier today. You know, one of a former Browns player and President General of the UNIA got some of my red Junes yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. He told me that he called me up and he said, "Hey, I just thought I'd let you know. I went to go take the cage off of that cork, and the cork shot up to my ceiling, and half it."
See, but that's what you wanted.
Half of my bottle dumped out on my bar. And so, just to let you know, and I told him, I said, you know what? The last thing I told you last night is that this stuff is alive, and it wants out. And you know what I said? What has it done inside of you? He said, yesterday when we was drinking, she was like, you know, every day I got this big bloated belly, and it's very uncomfortable. He said, I woke up this morning and I didn't feel that discomfort. He was like, you know, all that air, and it's the same thing that I felt on the first day. So this is a process, man. That stuff in the store, it has nothing on what we got going on.
Because you know what? You know what they do to a lot of it?
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm really getting interested about this gentleman. Hold on, let me ask y'all this question. So this gentleman is like a drink that will heal you in every way, right?
We ain't saying that. We ain't gonna. My lawyer just tapped me on the shoulder. He said, "We ain't saying that. We not saying that. But you can assume that if that's what you want. But Shaka's getting here.
And here's the process, Joey. Everything that I tell you, what I tell you at the end, I said I don't want you to believe what I say.
Yeah, just do my own research.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So if you wanna research, I would start off with the pros and cons of kombucha. That's spelled Kombucha. Right? Because this stuff is supposed to allegedly gets rid of diabetes type 2. Gets rid of it. This is from my research, what I've studied.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
My lawyer's tapping me on my shoulder, and we just saying do your own
That's
research.
But
what we could tell you, is that I feel a lot better. Shaka has told you what's going on with him. I got elders that's calling me on a regular basis, trying to get the ambrosia. We got people who have been drinking kombucha out of the store, and they feel better from what they're drinking. And I'm just saying, see, listen. When we use the word symbiotic means there's a relationship, right? When you start brewing, or when you have a relationship with a brewer, y'all develop a symbiotic relationship with the SCOBY, and that SCOBY will provide you with what you need because you provide the SCOBY with what it needs. There's no place else that a SCOBY can go or develop or prosper unless it's controlled by one of us. See, because in nature, you'll never have green tea, water, and honey come together.
Uh-oh.
Somebody just fell off. I don't know who that was. Hello? Shaka?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Somebody.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, now, Sister Heather, like I said, when somebody come up to Chicago, or I could mail you a SCOBY, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it'd be the price of shipping, because I have an extra one. You just have to decide on how big. Do you want to do a gallon? Do you want to do 2 gallons? Do you want to do 5 gallons? I would suggest starting off with a gallon jar. You know what I'm saying? I can send you, and I also put together a video showing you how to do it once you get the SCOBY. You know what I'm saying? So we got enough to get everybody started, family. You know what I'm saying? And the PC is, I want to make sure our family got it first, because I want people to see the benefits for themselves. But hey, once again, we got to get off into this. We got to get in this folktale, family, because it's called Folktales for Grown Folks. So put the kids to bed, because we about to get class started. Damn, there go my bell. I mean, my mystic animals don't want to act right. All right, so here we go, family. No problem. Cause like I said, hit me up on the email, hit me up in the text, and we're gonna exchange and get the information, because I'm quite sure somebody's gonna be coming to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll send it up with the when the Simbas and the Simpsons coming up there. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even have to pay for shipping. I just send it up, and you just have to don't refrigerate. You ain't got to refrigerate it. You just you know what I'm saying? Keep it somewhere nice and warm. You know what I'm saying? I have it in enough juice when you get it home. Or you can start brewing up there at the camp. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as it's ready, y'all can sample. But all right, here we go. Hello?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, no, somebody just said something. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready? Here we go. The Dove and the Crow. A dove shut up in a cage was boasting of the large number of young ones which she had hatched. A crow, hearing her, said, "My good friend, cease from this unseasonable boasting. The larger the number of your family, the the greater your cause of sorrow in seeing them shut up in this prison house. All right, that's the show for tonight. Listen. Family, did y'all hear that? I want y'all.
I gotta hear it again.
Okay, all right. Maybe the explosion was.
Can you do it in your Sam Jackson voice this time?
A dove shut up in a cage was boasting of the large number of young ones which she had hatched. A crow hearing her said, "My good friend, cease from this unreasonable boasting. The larger the number of your family, the greater the cause of sorrow in seeing them shut up in this prison house." God damn it! Was that close enough to Samuel L. for you?
That was definitely Sam L. Jackson. I'm gonna let you take it first, Hatem, unless it's anybody else in the room.
Nobody else in the room, but somebody gonna call in after this. Now, family, now remember the process of breaking the stories down. You always put yourself in the process, right? Because this is a story about you. I mean, ultimately, all these stories are about you. And then first, let's identify the characters, all right? We got a dove. We have a crow. What's the difference between a dove and a crow? Dove is white, is a favorite bird. The crow is usually a scavenger, and it's free. You know what I'm saying? The dove is in the cage, and the dove receives its food, and is fed by its owner, and is treated according to the temperament of its owner. And the crow lives at the temperament of nature. However nature is, if nature's not good outside, it's not good for him. If nature is great outside, it's great for him or her. You know what I'm saying? And these friends, they're friends. And the crow is listening to the dove brag about all of her children that she gave birth to in this cage. And the dove is looking at him being like, listen, the greater amount of children you have, the sadder you should be, because they are in a prison house. Now I want y'all to think about that. I really want y'all to think about that. Because like I said, man, if that's not, this is crystallized wisdom, and this is not even that deep. We don't even got to go that deep to get to the treasure of this one, right? Oftentimes we give birth in prisons. Oftentimes we give birth in cages. Many of us are locked in cages and we don't even realize it, and we're giving birth and we're proud of the things that we're giving birth to, but those things that we're giving birth to will never be able to feel the freedom. You know what I'm saying? Be able to take the chance. Because a lot of us are barricading or have been barricaded away from real life. This is why sometimes I bring statistics. I know it pisses some of y'all off. I know it do. But the fact of the matter is, family, we got to know where we are. We are in a cage. And we don't want to recognize the cage. We've been in it so long. We've been in it so long that now we have adjusted to it. And we're proud of where we are. We're proud of what we got. When in fact, you know what I'm saying? We need to be looking at the world like the crow. We're giving birth to all these ideas. We're giving birth to all these children in this damn cage. So, you know what I'm saying? Reflecting on that, then we should have sorrow. Because we haven't escaped the cage that our ancestors were trapped in. Where many of us have the ability to fly and get away. But we prefer to stay in there because Shaka said one time, he said comfort. What was that you said? Comfort is a...
the comfort zone?
Yeah, something about a
comfort zone is a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place.
The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there.
Nothing grows there. See, the crow, although his life may seem harsh, right? Because he's at the whim of nature. The crow is still free. You know what I'm saying? The crow dies and lives and dies at his will rather than at the will of somebody else. And many of us were caught in a world, we're caught in the mind state, we're caught in the spiritual state where we live or die mentally, spiritually, emotionally at the whims of others rather than at our own whims or at our own struggles, by facing our own struggles, because we're caught in a cage. And all I'm saying, family, is listen, in order for us to get out the cage, we first got to realize that we in this mode. And a lot of us don't even realize we're in a cage. We honestly believe that this is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way it's always been. And I guess that makes it okay. So we can sit around and we can brag about where we are, where we stuck. And I'm saying, no, family. No, family. No, family. You know what I'm saying? Listen. This is our opportunity. This is our time right now to start mastering and building right where we are. You know what I'm saying? Booker T. Washington said, drop your buckets where you are. Right? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, look, if you're in Chicago, if you're in Cleveland, if you're in Columbus, if you're in Maryland, this is where we got people listening to us from. Dayton, you know what I'm saying? Drop your buckets where you are. Start building your tribe where you are right now. Make sure that you got a group of friends that you could rely on, a tribe that you could depend on, that you could build with, and let's start making it happen.
And wait. Now,
go ahead.
And if you can't find the people you can trust that are loyal to, to what you're loyal to, that believe in what you believe in, go deeper within the self. Don't waste time. Don't waste time trying to twist somebody's arm so that they can move the way that you move, because that ain't the way. Marcus Garvey said,
you old, man.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, I am. Just give me a second.
He buffering, y'all.
Okay. I am buffering. Give me a second. This one is a good one. Marcus Garvey. It wasn't to do for self. That's a different one. Man, I'm going to come back to it.
Okay.
I'm going to come back to it. But what it comes down to is that we don't have time in this lifetime to wait for somebody else to see our perspective. If you already understand that there's work to be done, if you understand the state of emergency, get it done. Get it done. And later on, that Marcus Garvey thing will smack me in the face, because this whole week he's been jumping on my mind. Yesterday, like I said, I sat down and had a sit down with the current President General of the UNIA, and I like where this conversation is going. So go ahead, Hakeem.
And I'm just saying, family, so when it comes to us nation building, man, we got to first realize we're in a cage so that we can start scheming on getting out, right? So that we can get out, so that we can look the crow in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Either fly with him or kick his ass. I don't know, because he might be making fun of us. Crow might need to be checked. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other end, those of us that are free, that's taking the time to look in the cage, because this is what trips me out. Why would the crow be friends with a dove that's locked in a cage? When he got to spend his time out there hustling, he shouldn't have time to be talking to somebody locked up like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I never knew doves and crows hung. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
nah,
they don't.
Marcus Garvey.
You got it?
You will never win one's opinion through confrontation. You will never win one's opinion through confrontation. So when you are trying to appeal to the best interest of people, a lot of times they won't understand that the work you're doing is to save their lives. And in fact, it's that same individual that treats you like dirt because they don't understand. Have patience with them, but don't wait.
Don't wait. Or like you said, try to twist somebody's arm, because listen, family, if you gotta struggle with somebody to get them to be your family, I have to ask this question: are they family? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got to struggle with them,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the whole piece is, listen, I've been moving for years. You know what I'm saying? I got loved ones, but like I said, we know. I mean, it's crazy in America now. Have y'all heard about the bridge collapsing? Oh, down there in Florida. Have you heard about the bomber that's dropping stuff? Oh man, listen, they built this new bridge and it collapsed, killed 6 people. So so now this is a brand new bridge. But the reason it's building the bridge is because the whole infrastructure in America is falling apart all over this month.
You know what's so funny about? It's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. My dad is, he's retired now, but he was a steel inspector. Ever since he had left the Air Force, he's a steel inspector. And the metal components, the bolts, and as well as the concrete, he was the one that would do the pressure test on the different mixes of cement that they use and the different density of the steel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for as long as he has had this occupation, working nuclear power plants and the whole nine, he is always training his superiors. And so when I look at the fact that my dad's retired and his position that he was supposed to get posted into was taken by a 23-year-old, good old boy.
Good young boy.
It's those individuals that are creating those kind of bridges right now. So we get what we give.
Sister Tiandra says,
I don't know.
I mean, but hey, that's actually the point. But then once again, that goes to like the whole connection piece. You understand what I'm saying? The whole social capital piece. This is why I say we have to have a multi-pronged strategy. We not only got to hit it politically, we got to hit it economically, we got to hit it socially. You know what I'm saying? We got major work to do. And it's not an impossible task. It is not super complicated. It's just a matter of a few of us getting together where we are and doing what we can. Not neglecting the children, not becoming so mad and so angry that we can't have a good time. Being able to have a good time and being able to control ourselves and get to work when it's time to do it. Sister Tiandra says, since when are doves primarily caged birds? I thought doves were a symbol of freedom.
That's only in John Woo movies.
Doves.
You know, every magician has a dove. What do you think he keeps the dove? In the hat, up his sleeve?
Man,
come on.
They fold them little doves up.
It's a symbol. Yes, she's right. She's absolutely right. It's a symbol of freedom.
But hold on.
Just like what? Hey, yo.
Check out the dove's symbol of freedom. Doves fold. They're easy to crush. They're very malleable. And they're very trainable. You understand? Try that shit with a crow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, actually, I have to think a little bit further. I didn't take them as a symbol of freedom, but a symbol of peace. And actually,
it was a symbol
another
piece.
Allegory for Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's the and then also if you look on I think it was a dove that flew out and brought Noah back the branch. You know what I'm saying? What you said, peace. I think it's peace and hope. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't necessarily freedom. It's peace and hope. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, the dove can be bent. The dove is, I mean, once you capture a dove is satisfied with where it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I mean, shit, any bird that could, you pull it out of your sleeve and let it sit up in your sleeve for 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Got to be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Because, some of the birds I deal with, I mean, think about it. He ain't pecking you or something. You know what I'm saying? They be having them birds all washed up and stuff. I'd be like, good grief. Sister Tiandra, those individuals are learning from a text rather than earning a piece of paper that says they learned. And the practical knowledge that the generation of your father is being lost. Hence the bridge. Oh, she talking about hence the bridge incident.
Yeah.
Because and then also we got to remember a lot of these boys are being trained money over people. Hell with safety. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because really it's money over people now. So so now we getting young, incompetent motherfuckers who really ain't have to struggle. You know what I'm saying? Really ain't have to struggle. It's a matter of.
Don't forget Anubis comment up there.
What? You must got a bigger screen. Where Anubis? I don't see Anubis.
He says, indeed, yet another reason why I also perform a weekly cleanse and purge of everything that I consume for the past 6 days of the week.
I thought we read that. He posted that when we was talking about the SCOBY and the fermented food. That's right. The dove equals peace.
Oh, that's when I was buffering.
Right. No.
Yeah,
way before that, when your partner was on the line, and we was talking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
And because you can't grow if you don't have challenges. And as a matter of fact, one of the major things that makes great people great, a lot of these young people, especially young white folks, are being trained not to do, and that's to fail. They're not even in many places, they're not even being given the chance to fail that their fathers and their fathers' fathers had to fail. They have to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because really, we got to understand that failure leads to greatness. The bricks that pave the road of greatness are made from the dust of our failures. Yet innovate, technology, and climb, the generation together would make a great team and durable bridge. You know what I'm saying? But they're overlooking a lot of the in the military they will call them you have officers, you have enlisted men. You know what I'm saying? And they have to work together for the military to be successful. Usually the officer is the college, in some cases the younger dude, and then you have the older gentleman that is not necessarily college trained but has experience. So you got the young and the old working together. And in our community we got to structure what we're building to work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you do need the wisdom and you do need the energy and the youth and being able to see things not just traditionally but also from new angles. You know what I'm saying? Which I think the crow is trying to get the dove to recognize. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You should be sad. You're giving birth to something that is outside of your code. I mean, because the dove was doing something culturally inappropriate for all birds. You're bragging about having children in a cage, in a prison. How can you do that? How could you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's like Malcolm X talk about having you know what I'm saying, having kittens in the ovens and calling them biscuits. You know what I'm saying? You know, are they really doves? They're born in captivity.
You know, I remember hearing the story about back in the day how when bill collectors came to the door of a black household, it was the woman who answered the door. It was the woman to answer the door to protect the man from what might happen if he got a slip of the tongue at the door with somebody who's imposing on his place of refuge. And so, you know, with that being the case, you look at the industry today, hey, bill collectors don't knock on your door. Government folk don't knock on your door. You know, these folks, I mean, you look at the cowardice nature of the folks that is calling you, demanding you of money that you may not have at the time, and who will even issue you threats over the phone. But in a moment's notice, if you indicate that you know where their headquarters is at and where their call center is, because you got some people that can open up the door, they instantly close their tone. They shut that tone down. Because this ain't the Wizard of Oz. This is the society that we live in. And the reason that is because you got those folks who will go to school and spend 4 to 8 years in a classroom and come out thinking they somebody's boss without never, ever identifying with the fact that they don't have the people skills to manage. They don't have the people skills. They don't understand that nature of you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of biz. So it's, that's where a lot of this industry fails, is because they never learn how to build those relationships. They only learn how to go out for the opportunity. And so most of their relationships are not authentic anyway. They're all opportunities.
It's all about, like I said, it's all about the body dollar. And we got to remember the core of our, see, and this the whole piece. once again, we got to know where we are. We have to know where we are so that we can start dealing with it. We looked at wealth in a totally different way, right? This is why we get caught, because we're looking at things from a culturally inappropriate way. We're looking at things in our enemy's light. Because I don't get me wrong, resources are important, right? Because when the article I covered this morning, and I'm gonna read the title of it, because it's the article I read this morning. I posted up in the time. I thought I did it earlier. Damn, this thing is moving. All right.
did.
Extensive data shows punishing reach of racism for black boys. And what it's talking about is that, okay, I'll do that. Make sure, I hope you got the same number. I will hit you up. Black boys raised, it says extensive data show punishing reach of racism for black boys. And this is basically stating that black boys that come up in affluent situations, because, you know what I'm saying, the whole piece is, the whole idea of wealth, you know what I'm saying, we got to be really honest with ourselves, family. We're not honest. We're living our lives through T'Chaka and T'Challa and Jay-Z and Beyonce, and you know what I'm saying, and LeBron James, not really even taking into the fact that they are rare and far in between. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, when you look at how much we're making, family, it's gonna be rough for us. It's rough for us. But hold on, somebody else is on the line. I think this might be Sister Tiandra. How are you doing this evening? Hello?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on? Obviously something on your mind.
Yeah, there's something that I thought about when you first read the folktale that I can't shake. And
that's usually good stuff.
It made me think of how our culture has supposedly, per statistics that you like to reference, that our culture has the highest infant mortality, regardless of socioeconomic stature.
Right.
Just Black Americans in general have the highest, African Americans too, have the highest infant mortality. Even in Ohio has the highest infant mortality, and even more specifically in Columbus. And if you look at public health and the biologists and the researchers in that sector, they have separate theories of what should be done for the Black community versus the rest of the population. And they have separate markers on success as it involves the Black community and our babies in comparison to the rest of the community. And it makes me think of the white culture and society at large looking at us being the crow almost, and looking at us as the dove. And rather than allowing us to boast about having children in our enslaved state, controlling that for us. Like, they can't handle having children and supporting their children, so we're going to control that and keep that at bay and keep their numbers down because we don't want to have to continue to support them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I cannot take that aspect of it.
It's been that way. It's been that way. I mean, you know, when we built the foundation of this place, beyond that part where it's like, all right, well, how do we not, you know, and going once again into, and I know Anubis hates, you know, these rootsy types of stories, but there was a part in this movement of the Book of Negroes, the show that's on Hulu, where, you know, the slaves were actually going back to Africa just to get caught again. And I laugh because it's not funny. I laugh because when we look at what we come here to do, It's like you look at every other race. I don't care if they came over here on the basketball or inner tube or whatever. They came over here with a plan. They came over here and found the resources, and they executed. And they're peaceful with that. As long as you don't mess with them, they ain't going to mess with you. We a different story. We are born into this place not identifying with, a cultural agenda, not identifying with the resources that are at our disposal, not realizing what it is that we could build this day. Go ahead.
Now, I'm just going to say this, because there's another character that is not spoken of that we're leaving out. So, we got the crow that's on the outside of the cage, looking at the bird that's on the dove looking on the inside of the cage. We never mention the owner. What is the owner going to do once those little doves hatch? He's going to sell them to other people. He's not going to let that cage get overcrowded. You understand what I'm saying? So in a sense, you see the outside hand coming in that's going to be controlling that. Because she got, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think the crow might be trying to remind her about that. You don't give birth to these little babies. You proud of it, but them babies are going to end up in the same situation as you. You know what I'm saying? There's a third party that we ain't even speaking about, the owner of the cage. You know what I'm saying? That hidden hand.
Now,
you know what I'm saying? And I think that might.
And it depends on how you look at it.
And I think that might help address
because that cage.
Go ahead.
Walls are meant to do one or two things: to keep something in, or to keep something out. And if you look at the owner, he's protecting his investment. So, of course, he's going to make sure that investment has the proper nourishment and has the proper conditions to be able to thrive so that it can produce. Mm-hmm. Now, on the outside, there ain't no hand that's feeding the crow.
But you know what that's called? You know what that's called?
Independent.
Exactly. That's called freedom. Freedom has never been free. You know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, the name freedom is a misnomer. Shit, because that, you know what I'm saying? Shit, freedom is the worst slave master. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. I mean, the crow is at the whims of truly the whims of God. While the dove's God is man, or whoever controls the cage. How we know that the cage that he exists in may not be because doves can be eaten. He waiting for his death, or she just lay eggs that somebody gonna go and fry, or cook. I mean, I'm saying
and don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Doves, pigeons, crows, they all eat chicken nuggets.
Oh, you mean they eat them, or they are chicken nuggets? Hell,
they eat them.
Oh, damn.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they're all cannibals. So I'm just saying, like, when you look at that species, hey, that's a whole different level of what could have been on that crow's mind. He might have wanted to free him to have him at his disposal.
I had, when I was young, I used to raise hamsters. And one of my friends had a mean hamster, and he wanted to get rid of the hamster. The hamster was pregnant, and she always bit him. So I said, I'll take the damn hamster. And this hamster, this hamster hated his cage. It hated her cage. She hated it. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't understand. And she gave birth to those baby hamsters and killed every last one of them.
Wow.
And for a long time, like, well, goddamn, why she kill all of them? You know what I'm saying? But then, as I got older in retrospect, I kind of understand. I don't like this.
You ever seen Beloved?
No, I ain't seen Beloved, but I heard about it.
Man. Oh.
Being born in a cage and taking care of your young in that type of way. But that's a whole nother level. But yo, family, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to keep this to an hour, right? I really enjoy each and every last one of you. like I said, family, our health is our wealth. We're part of our wealth. Let's go and get some of these resources so that we can go and pass some, pass some of this on to our kids. You know what I'm saying? So that we get them a head start. We want them winning. We want them to win, I hope. But, I want to thank Brother Shaka. I want to thank Sister Tiandra. I want to send shouts to my daughter, Miss Keisha Harris. I want to send shouts out to Brother Anubis. I want to send shouts out to Miss Heather. I want to send shouts out to Miss CeeLo. Did I hear Anubis? I want to send shouts out to those in the future that I don't even know who your name is that's watching this right now, which means that I could be dead. I don't know, because this is in the future, and I want to say peace to you in the future. And if I'm not here, I hope somebody is carrying on the toast. If somebody's carrying on the toast, post it up right here, right now, in the future. Post it up. Put the name on it so I can see it. I want to see if I can see it. This is just an experiment, Shaka. Bear with me for a second. See if I can see the future. All right, check this out. If you're in the future, I want you to post the winning lottery number right now. Go ahead. I don't know. Maybe they just, our reach ain't reached the future yet, but we working towards it. Family, I want to thank each and every last one of you. I will see you in the morning for the toast, for my daily toasters. Y'all get your glasses ready, get them clean, because I'm going to be running late. You know what I'm saying? So get them clean, get your water, and we're going to drink it up, and we're going to toast it up for the ancestors. And I am out. Peace, family.
Peace.
All right, Shaka, thank you, man. All right, Sister Tiandra, you have a nice evening. What's up? Go ahead.
No, I was saying peace to her as well.
All right.
You too.
Peace out.